Hello everyone, it's Red Gadget here and welcome to another video. So today we're actually reacting to Ruxin's gameplay. So he's playing Blackwings, and since you know me, I've had a lot of success with Blackwings. I've been basically one-tricking this deck for the past 2 years. I've had 3 major tops. I have consistently won local and regional tournaments. I've got my Worlds invite with Blackwings. So I think I know what I'm doing with the Blackwing deck because I've just spent a lot of hours playing it. And since Ruxin here is playing Blackwings, I thought I would just give some of my advice and just basically review the gameplay and maybe he learned something from it, maybe he deems it useful. Also, maybe you deem it useful, right? Because you always ask me for some Blackwing gameplay and Blackwing analysis, which is basically what we're doing now. And if you do not know Ruxin, I'll actually link his channel in the description. And I actually like his channel a lot because he does mostly openings from what I've seen. But recently he's been also doing like vlogs in the Edison tournaments in the US. And since I'm based in Europe, I cannot go to these events. So I actually watch his vlogs because I just want to see the ambience and what they're doing in the US compared to here. But yeah, so these videos are very great, but also the openings are very great because he usually just gets access to like product on release, which I don't really know how that works, but he usually is one of the first guys to open the boosters, so you can see a lot of like new openings on his channel. But yeah, he's been dabbling from what I've seen in Edison format. I think he said he finds it pretty fun, and here we have Gage as well. It's his opponent, who's also had a lot of success in Edison format, so we should see a very, very good match. So let's just get into it. I'll just give some of my advice, see what happens, and then we'll play out the match. And who knows, maybe this actually proves to be useful.
Oh, that's a 1? Okay. 3 versus a 4? Okay, yeah, heck yeah. You cut this already?
I did, yeah.
Nice.
So I believe we won dice here.
Oh, wow.
And,
I'll draw for turn.
okay, so we go first. This is our hand. Let me put back the speed. Okay. So our hand is Whirlwind, Dad, Sirocco, Vayu, Solemn, and Kalut. With such a strong hand, you really want to make sure to pressure with Whirlwinds early. And so here what I would do basically is I would, depending on if I know what I'm playing against, right? If I know, for example, I'm playing a Blackwing mirror match, setting a Vayu would be a really bad idea because we cannot contest a Shura over it. But if we're playing, for example, against Vayu, which we are, and I'm pretty sure he knew this, maybe setting a Vayu is a valid option because you want to get this dark count in the grave up, right? So making sure Vayu hits grave, next turn Whirlwind for Sirocco for the Gale, making a Synchro into Stardust, that's already 3 darks in grave, plus which makes us drop our Dad with Solemn and Stardust protection, which is crazy. And we got the Kalut, so this is probably game. That would be 25 plus 28, plus 23 from grave, plus 14, that's game. So when it comes to Blackwings like this, you really have to think in terms of like OTK lines and a lot of damage. And just setting this one Vayu is what actually got us there. So this is why I usually in my decks play 2 Vayus. But here I think generally a really good play would be just Whirlwind Summon Kalut. Because oftentimes what people say is like, okay, they could have opened Heavy Storm, they could have opened MST. So that kind of negates our kind of Whirlwind and committing the Whirlwind early. But if you think about it, if they play just Heavy Storm on your Whirlwind, it's basically a plus for you because you got a card to replace the Whirlwind, such as Gale, which immediately, again, next turn commits our Sirocco plus Gale. And if the Kalut hits grave, that's already 3 darks again. We could also just choose to maybe set the Judgment with it. So if they have Heavy Storm, you might want to actually Judgment the Heavy Storm. And if they have the MST, holding Whirlwind makes no sense because they're just going to MST it when you commit the monster, which then creates all kinds of different problems, right? Because you are actually committing a monster, which maybe you don't want to commit if you know your Whirlwind's not going to resolve. So here, yeah, it's very tricky. I think a more safer line, knowing it's a Vayu Turbo, would be set Vayu, set Judgment. A more generally like into everything line, I think a very strong line would be Whirlwind, Summon Kalut. So I think because you want to get this first Whirlwind Surge for free, because going first with Whirlwind in hand is kind of already a blessing in itself. So you just need to get this first value out of Whirlwind, and if it sticks for next turns, you're just getting like +1, +1, +1, and when they out it, they go -1, so you're basically winning that way. So, but it's a very strong hand overall.
That is good stuff.
Let's see what happens here.
Kind of a tough choice, actually. Think about you. If I just do that. Pass.
Okay, set Judgment, pass. That's fair. I mean, maybe he's waiting for maybe the opponent to commit and then going Whirlwind Sirocco to get a search. And if they counter it, for example, a bottomless trap hole, you might want a judgment there to make sure you're kind of counting good enough darks in grave and making sure your like Stardust lands basically with Gale, right? If you're gonna search that, or maybe Pierce for a lot of damage. I really like the camera on the head. I think it's pretty hilarious. And I think this point of view here is with the like those Ray-Ban camera glasses.
I'll draw.
So it's a pretty good good gameplay here.
Okay.
Gameplay video. So here we got the Shura, which is pretty strong. I think we still just want to slam Whirlwind Shura, probably Whirlwind Sirocco. Yeah, depending on what we want to go for. Let's see what happens.
What would you have said? Probably hamster. You got a ham in there.
I'd really like to get Gale in any case, because Gale is what lets us go to 3 darks pretty quickly, right? Even the first line I explained in the video, which was like basically set value, Sirocco, Gale, Stardust, Dad, Armed Wing, Kalut is game, and this is basically enabled by Gale. So I would really look to search Gale, since we already have the what's his name, Kalut. So
Set a ham?
we don't need a Blizzard because it's too early in the game. So and we always have this Kalut to summon and then get after Blizzard if we want to. So oftentimes what you would do is you would like go search the Gale if you already have a Kalut, and then next turn maybe you would go like a Kalut special Gale, and then the Kalut would search the Blizzard. So there you have a level 6 synchro plus the Blizzard to bring back anything that already hit grave.
All right.
Whirlwind. Sirocco, okay, that's fair. Torrential, this is very, very good for us. This is great.
Alright, you go up your Necro Guard now.
And we have no other play, so we could just pass. I think that I would not Judgment here. There's no point in Judgmenting this Torrential, because we already have a Shura. Like, for example, if our hand was like, let's say, Dad, Vayu, Blizzard, and something else, and we don't have either Kalut or Shura. And keep in mind, Kalut is a very good normal summon for Whirlwind because it searches Blizzard and Gale, and Shura is just a very, very good normal summon because it searches a bunch. So if we didn't have Kalut or Shura or Bora, Solemning there wouldn't be a bad idea, maybe.
So summon Armageddon.
Okay.
Yeah. Arma attack, that's fair.
White spiders on.
Okay, there's Plague. Interesting.
In my head.
I will
Set 1.
attack 14.
Oh no. Yes.
Okay, take 14, that's fine.
Okay, I'll draw.
Alright, so we have a handful of monsters, and we drew a back row. This is excellent because we need defense with his hand. Like, Judgment is usually like an offensive card in Blackwings, because it like, you would play like Judgment to stop their Mirror Force or to stop their Torrential. Well, Torrential's out, but to stop their like plays which kind of defend them from dying, but it doesn't really defend you from dying all that much in this deck. So Bottomless is very great here, and especially we can set it because we got this Judgment. So this Judgment is kind of isolating us from Heavy Storm. But here I think the best play would be summon Shura, of course, search the Gale, and half, because the Armageddon is at 14, so Gale cannot hit over it. Attack with the Shura, and then they are forced to Necro, because we want to have 2 attacks to basically force them to Necro and to get rid of the Armageddon Knight, because that way we do not get the Kaiust, and we just have so much pressure, because next turn we could go, for example, like we can make Armor Master, we have Whirlwind, Judgment, and Bottomless. This is just too great for us.
Okay. Interesting. Alright, you have Necro Guard now. Okay. Sure. Alright. Shura.
Sure. Yep.
The whirl of the wind. The wind in the whirl.
Sadly, we cannot drop Dad here because they do have the Necro Gardener, so dropping Dad here would just expose it to Brain Control. And although we do have the Judgment for the Brain Control, I think that's a very, very bad play. You want to not give them a lot of value for their brains. So we don't want to drop that because we cannot game. And we have to make sure that our dark counts don't exceed 3. So very important.
Record for more than 3 minutes. That's gonna be a little annoying. Okay, let's think about this. If you're gonna Necro Guard my Shura, probably. So it could do a little bit of damage, but let's grab this. Blizzard.
Blizzy.
We're going Dairy Queen right now.
I do not really like this, because consider this: if we attack, he's forced to Necro Gardener here, because otherwise we get a Vayu out of the deck. another reason to play 2, right? Because here we just opened 1. I mean, what would you would summon Gale from deck? That's not really that great because it's negated, so there's no more half effect. But yeah, I think searching Gale here would have been the correct option because we really want to get rid of his Arma. Consider that we attack, he Necro Garden us, then he sacks for Caius, which is what they play in Vayu Turbo. You are not getting your level 4 engrave if you let the Caius get summoned. And if you solemn the Caius, it's kind of horrible, right? Like, it doesn't feel good. When we could just clear the threat by having 2 bodies, both having enough damage, and Shura attacking first. Keep in mind it has to attack first because we want to force him to Necro. Because otherwise he would just maybe take the damage and then take the direct attack. But we want to force the Necro, so we attack first with Shura. And we need the second Vayu in deck because keep in mind that if you summon the Vayu, you could go into a Armor Master, then you could go into a Stardust, and then you have a Vayu engrave plus a Armor Master that makes a Silver Wind next turn, and then we can drop that. We could just go crazy. Like we would have Stardust, 3 back rows, and we would have a Silver Wind ready, we would have a Kalut in hand, we would have that. It would basically be a closed game.
The Blizzard. All right, battle, attack. Yeah, okay.
Okay, Necrogardna, yes.
Necrogardna. And I will set a card.
Yes, set the bottom list very correct.
Yep.
Standby phase, main phase. Tribute on a Getanite for Caius.
Yeah, exactly. I actually I've actually watched this video like when it came out like 11 days ago. So I do not remember what happened in this video. I'm going like basically blind again. I did not know Caius was actually gonna come down, but as you can see that thinking about these things actually pays off. So there is indeed a Caius here, and I'm wondering maybe even the fact that he sent a Plague can indicate that if his Armageddon Knight gets cleared, he can always stack for Plague for Caius. Maybe that was the reason why to send a Plague. I mean, also depends on his hand, I'm not really looking at the left side, so maybe, I don't know, maybe it makes sense from his perspective. But yeah, Caius indeed comes down, and now you can see how the Blizzard is just not that strong, and we could have had a lot better play going for Gale.
56?
Yes.
5-6. I mean, you're 8.
Got it.
All right, I'll drop.
Okay, this doesn't really help us that much.
Yep.
Yeah, Kalut's fine.
Let's get the Blackwing Gale the Whirlwind.
Jail the Whirlwind?
He's galing it up.
Gale's fine, yes.
Poke into this Gorge right here.
You just attack.
Attack for 14.
Yeah, then I'll do it.
Gorge is there. Oh,
Yeah, you see, so another mistake that I see here is that I think he should have definitely summoned the Gale, because you would want to attack with the Gale, attack with Kalut. First, because it's more damage, so it's like, what, 27? And now, like, attacking into Gorge like this means that you have to, like, special it now, half, and you didn't get this extra damage, and you didn't put them, like, you didn't ask them, okay, on which one are you actually dropping the Gores, right? Because if you attack with 13, they drop Gores, you kill the token with the 14, then you use Gale to half, and then you make Goyo Guardian there. So basically, their whole Gores play was just like a 1350 vanilla, right? Which is a lot better way to do it. And since we have that in hand, like putting an extra, like this turn, if we sync for Goyo, we would be at 4. It would be at 3, sorry. It would be at 3 darks. So next turn, Dad's kind of guaranteed. Plus with the Heavy Storm, like Heavy Storm Dad, we already dealt like 27, right? If depending on when they drop it, or 13. So I think that's a lot better. And it makes our Blizzard better. Because something to know about Blackwings is putting your level 4s and level 3s in grave as early as possible is very good, because if they get banished, your Blizzards are basically dead. So this Kalut being engraved this turn is just kind of like another way to think about, okay, I am in a good position to summon an Armor Master next turn. Not the Armor Master, Magical Android next turn, or the Catastor. Because now who knows what's going to happen, right? Like maybe they sack for another Caius, banish your Kalut, and then, okay, now you got a Blizzard still dead in hand. And you cannot even probably drop Dad, so...
Crazy. Okay, in that case, I will...
Another thing that I noticed was that this Gage summoned the Gores and the token attack. Usually, I don't know why he did it. I'm actually wondering why he did it this way. But usually, what I do is I always summon them in defense. And it's simply just something to know. It's to play around enemy controller, which tributes a monster to take a monster. So for example, here you could still in battle phase because it's quick effect, tribute your Kalut to take the Gores and then hit over the token. I mean, this is probably not going to happen, but most of the time you just want to summon them in defense because they cannot crash into them and such. So yeah, I don't think it matters all that much, but it's just something that to think about.
Pass. Okay.
Summon Greffer. Priority. Good value.
Okay.
It seems like we're gonna take a lot of damage here. But going back to the play that we discussed with the Gale, if we have a Goyo here now plus a Judgment, the token would probably be dead, or maybe it would be at 14 or 13. And now since they have a Plague Engrave, we really cannot deal with that, because even if we solemn the Plague play, so like their own Goyo or their own Dark End or their own Stardust, if we solemn that, we still take a lot of damage because this we haven't halved the cores.
How many life points do I have?
You're at 56 to my 66.
Okay.
What am I scared of from? I know you have Blizzard in hand. You have Sirocco and Vega.
Oh, I do.
Cool. And you have Gale also. The other one.
I do.
Let's go combat. I'll attack for 17 over this.
So 300. Yeah, I'll take 300. That's fine.
And I'll attack you for 14.
Okay.
And then 27.
Okay. So I have a meager. How much?
You have 1,200 left.
1,200?
I'll set 2 cards.
Like a lot.
And I'll go to the end phase. Go ahead.
All right, I'll draw.
During your standby phase, I'm going to deck dev.
Oh my god.
Deck dev. So this basically clears our hand, right? This is Kalut, Gale, Heavy, Vayu, and the Blizzard. Let's see. So we have Engrave, I believe, a Kalut and the Sirocco. So this Vayu pairs up with the Sirocco, and then we would have 1 dark, 2 darks, 3 darks, and the Kalut is 4 darks, so this doesn't really help us with that. That is kind of unfortunate, and I think here we're just forced to Solemn. I think this is the best play. And then we would probably, what is the gauges? That's 66. So if we Solemn and it goes through, then we would probably go Heavy, Blizzard for summon back the, what's his name? We would probably have a lot of plays actually. We would have Blizzard for Kalut, special Gale, make Brownack, drop that in the meantime somewhere, I don't know. For Brownack, pitch the Vayu, bounce the token, pop the Greffer, attack, we drop Kalut, and we'd probably basically be winning. That would be enough damage. So we are forced to Judgment here.
Okay, cool. There goes all my cards.
Oh, you're not in that shape though. Like,
Yeah, I'm very surprised he didn't Judgment here. Because okay, this is just a -4, right?
And then you have at least like a live value though. Have you still learned?
I do have a live value in there. Okay, cool.
Does that put you at 3 darks?
No, it doesn't. I have 4.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't put it at
4 darks. Oh boy. Okay.
at 3 darks, sadly.
So
This will be 1 turn on deck Devi.
you have a 14 and a 17 on the field.
I do. Yep.
Well, I need to get rid of whatever that is. Probably. You have any cards in hand?
0 cards.
You have that follow up.
Yeah, I have a value. And a place better.
Vayu and Plague Engrave. Yes, we have to here kill the Greffer because the token is level 7. There's no synchro plays there with the Plague. And if they have a Dark, they could always pitch it to send the Sirocco to make the Vayu live. So we're going here Armed Wing to swing over Greffer, and then maybe isolate this with this unused Judgment. So that's how we isolate our play here.
I'm cooked. Maybe. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm not.
Let's see what happens.
Gotta do this.
Yeah.
Oh, the Armed Wing. The Wing of Arm.
Yep. And then what? That gives you 4 darks, right?
Yeah, 4.
4 dark, so we need another
Set
Blizzard top
card.
deck. or to search a blizzard and make sure it doesn't die, like the
What
monster.
level is it?
It's level 7.
Okay, all right, good.
Yeah,
All right, battle, attack that. 600.
this is very good. Very, very good play.
Okay.
Let's go value back.
Okay.
Oh, there is a Sirocco, damn.
Anything here?
I have not
I'm
seen
thinking
that.
On this. So you've got a level 7. You got Plague in the graveyard? Is that the only thing you got, basically?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to Judgment the Armed Wing.
You can't. It's an activated effect.
Yeah, so something about to know about Judgment, it only stops inherent summons, which is things like, for example, Machina Fortress, things that do not really start a chain, right? So Machina Fortress just kind of drops itself, or a Synchro monsters, they just kind of drop themselves, like, okay, in open game state, like, send the material to grave special, or things that's not like an effect, right? Like value, it's an effect to summon, so you would have to solemn the effect essentially of value, which doesn't really work because it's not like solemn strike or the other ones. It actually just negates the summon and not effects. And if you let the effect go, the monster is coming out nonetheless. And then once it came out, it's basically too late already. Something to know.
Okay, I'm cooked.
Reset it.
Okay, yeah, well, it's still cooked.
Yeah, you're gonna be cooked here because
Yeah.
I'm gonna go plague, gonna stat.
So what? So oh yeah, because this is a.
It's only an inherent summon, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. This is we're going. This I was gonna use this early on your torrential, and then I just.
And then you
rolled
want to try it
with
there?
yeah.
You can use it there if you
I
want.
can, but it doesn't. I mean.
Yeah, and I have
yeah.
my own judgment.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, it really doesn't matter then. Yeah, I held this way too long.
Yeah, this doesn't matter because here the send to grave attack, we were at 12, so yeah. I think this was definitely a winnable game. Sadly, I do think there were some things that were not as accurate, but also at the same time, I mean, most of the gameplay was fine, and we can just go to game 2, see what happens. The Whirlwind and Dad were crazy, but sadly he didn't manage to drop it, and I think the main idea was that when you have Dad, you need to say, okay, how is this Dad winning me the game as fast as possible? And I think the mentality of having this like set value first turn maybe, or going like summon Kalut first turn, just to like say, okay, if they clear my Whirlwind, I took a +1. If they clear my Kalut, I'm 1 dark closer to that. So things like this that kind of I think really push the gameplay to the next level.
Yeah. Yeah. We're down too low. Can you summon Judgment Gores? You can, right?
You can.
No, because damage step.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I did not mistake that then. I wonder if I Judgmented your torrential on the first turn.
If that would have changed everything, because you would have gotten your search off a whirlwind and then.
Yeah. Well, then I would have still had Sirocco on the field. I thought about doing Shura, but then I was like, if it's hamster, it's like not good. So.
Are we side decking?
Of course. Side deck. Where's my side deck?
Where is your side deck?
Most losses. I'm just saying. First.
Alright, good luck.
And I will do something to get this done.
All right, we're going first. So
All right, I will draw. Good luck.
all right, interesting hand. Yeah, it's a very interesting hand actually. So this card is a lower Gores. I think the best play we have right now is to go just summon Shura, set Icarus. Keep the allure for if we draw a value, if we draw something else that we don't really need. If we draw a second Blizzard, we can always allure it away next turn. And since we got the Blizzard and the Shura, like consider like how are they outing like second turn or basically their first turn our Shura in Value Turbo? They can't. Like they have to go Greffer, pitch, special, attack with the Armed Wing, which is very risky because you have Kalut, they insta-lose. And that basically commits 2 cards, which makes our Icarus live. So that is the only way for them to actually out it. And so usually they can't, and what they do is they T-set, or they set few back rows, which makes our Icarus really live, because you want to tribute this Shura, pop 2 of their cards, simplify the game state, and then this Gores and this Blizzard just go crazy. Especially with the potential of drawing into other outs, like other Dark Monsters to make sure our Allure is live, and then just recycling from that on. Second Icarus for protection, so I think definitely the play is Shura Icarus pass.
Wow, that is something. That is something. Yeah, it's kind of a tough choice, actually.
Yep.
So he elects to. Okay, this is great. This is just great because we just get the value out of the deck. Another reason why I think 2 values is correct is this, because in this hand, value is your best banish target, and now this Shura that we have is infinitely worse, basically. So I do strongly believe that 2 value is definitely a correct choice. And if you check any of my topping deck profiles, you can see the reasoning why I go into it more deeply there, and you can see the reasoning why 2 value is the correct choice.
All right, what are we gonna do here?
Yes, sure, Icarus, MST.
Standby.
This might be overkill, but because we playing too heavy for no reason. Although, I mean, if they do just set one back row playing around Icarus, you can always MST that. Although one could also argue that you could just MST from hand, right? So I think the fact that like MST is like a trap because it's a quick play, but it's also a spell. I don't think there's a reason really to commit it into Heavy Storm that hard, maybe. So yeah.
Many things.
Yep.
Normal summon Soraka.
Oh, big card.
Okay, this is just unfortunate.
Sure.
I'm gonna attack you for 2.
We're not gonna do anything here. Take 2k, whatever. They hard drew the Sirocco. That's just life.
Your move.
Okay, I'll draw.
Okay, here you definitely want to end phase MST because we are going to 4 cards and because it's their first turn. So they probably have Dust Shoot. I mean, they have Dust Shoot in their deck, most likely. And so the chances of getting Dust Shooted here are crazy, and your MST is just kind of then more or less useless. And so here, I think end phase MST, especially because we set it, it's the reason why we set it is because we want to make sure that they don't, if they set 1 back row, we have the MST. If they set 2 back rows, we have the Icarus. If they set 3, we have both, right? So if they set 1, we just space here. And we immediately have a play of Blizzard for Goyo to take and make sure to convert our Icarus from their own Sirocco, which is very strong.
Okay.
Yeah, so he was probably going to do it anyway, but yeah, as I was saying, in the end phase, it plays around like maybe draw traps, although they don't play it. It plays around deck devastation virus, which they definitely do play. Because if they deck dev now chain, it's crazy because they're trading 2 for 2 with hand knowledge, and there was no reason to hold that space. So if we're just going to activate it anyway, that's what I'm saying.
Yep.
Blizzard is definitely correct here.
Sure.
Shura.
Yup.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, Goyo. Vayu Turbo does not play Kalut, so Goyo just walks over this and takes it, which is very strong. Something we have to think about is what if they have another Sirocco, which makes it bump up to 4k, and the answer to that is they just better have it, right? Free Sirocco is just too good to pass up on.
Battle.
Yeah, do you want it?
Yeah. Alright, so 800. Pass.
Now we got the Icarus to convert off of this stolen Sirocco, so our Icarus is just pop to like flat, basically.
Yep.
I'll pass it.
Okay, I'll draw.
So, okay, so we got Prison, Icarus, Dad, Gores, and we got Icarus, Sirocco, Goyo. Interesting. Interesting play. I think here we could attack with the Goyo. Although I would prefer putting the Goyo to defense and attacking with the Sirocco. Because if they deprison it, they're deprisoning their own Sirocco, which is never hitting grave. So that is good for us. However, I also like the fact that like extra 800 damage is significant. And like if they deprison the Sirocco, we do not have a Blackwing or a Winged Beast card to tribute. So it's tricky. Swing with either one of those and probably set the prison is an okay play. One might argue also not set the prison to just hopefully drop Gores, because that's our third dark. So yeah, something to consider there. But I think it's too deep of a thought process. Just basically swing and whatever. It's a complicated
Setting a card.
set of
Ready to
options.
deprison. Gives me Mirror Force. Gives me nothing. Battle, attack.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay.
Yeah, this is fair as well.
You're at
Like,
I'm at 40, 40, or 6.
Okay. And I will pass.
Draw.
this is great. A lot of damage.
Let's go. So Armageddon Knight, activate the effect. I'll change torrential.
Hmm. Activity effect, chain torrential. There is nothing we can do. If we chain the Icarus, here, we win nothing, right? Like, we just lose the Icarus. I don't think that is very worth, because if we draw another Blackwing, we can immediately just like set it next turn. Icarus, it's our third dark, drop that. Very strong. And like one winged beast to draw in a Blackwing deck, I think it's like pretty likely, right? We play like 20 monsters and 20 spells traps. We drew mostly spells and traps, so like basically 50-50 at this point.
Torrential. Oh, that's really unfortunate. Yeah, I think that's fine. Blowing up the board.
Yeah, blow up the board. Yeah, that doesn't go to grave. It just destroys monsters, right? So the Icarus attack would stay, and which would be very good for us, right? It would be a like we just here we took a minus on the Icarus, which is fine. Okay, he added Grapher.
Activate value.
Yep.
Value effect to swing.
23.
Sure.
No.
Yeah, this is unfortunate because this Gorse shouldn't have been able to been dropped because of there should have been an Icarus here. So you cannot drop Gorse if you control spells or traps. So it's not like Tragodia. But yeah, since both players didn't catch it basically in Yu-Gi-Oh, if no one catches it, then it just goes. So we're just rolling with this game state now, and the Gorse is pretty useful here because this is indeed the third dark.
Whoa, is that the goat?
Yeah, that boy is faded.
Where's my token?
He's one of mine.
Oh, you mean this one right here?
Oh, there you go. That
Side
one.
deck card?
Hey, look at that.
All right.
All right.
So I'm down to 37.
Yeah, you're down to 37. I'm down to 44. I
Okay.
will pass turn.
Okay. I'll draw. 30.
Pass turn, interesting. Why is he passing turn with so many cards? There could be a Gorse there. I do not think he has Necro Gardener.
7 to 44. You got.
No, he doesn't have Necro Gardener in Grave. He's at 44. Very tricky. We could just swing this to attack over the Armed Wing. Maybe not swing into Gorse. Because 44, I mean, the thing is, this is a lot of pressure, and if he outs the Gorse, we are dropping that, and we have 3 back rows in our hand, so we are in control of the game. The only way we lose is probably if they go like Heavy Storm and then have enough damage. And it should probably be Gorse, or it would be, I guess, Greffer. They could pitch a Dark. Interesting.
23. You got a few cards in your hand. Paddle.
Oh, the PT moth is getting busy.
400.
I'll take 400 and then 23.
Yep.
And then I'll drop my own Gorse. So I'm at 17.
Okay. Yep. You got this exact same damage to move around.
Yeah, so they have exactly the same board, right? 17 is the token, and then the Gorse is 27. We got 3 back rows, and I think here we'd probably want to set something. Like, my personal playstyle is like just to put them on heavy for this turn, right? Like, because they are going pretty aggressive here. With the Greffer in hand and this in grave, they do have 17 plus 25 if they send a value, which if they crash both of these and then attack us with both, it is game. So if they have heavy plus Greffer plus dark, they like just let them win, you know, they just win the game. But if they have like the Greffer plus dark but no heavy, then our bottomless and our prison walks. And the Icarus is just dead this turn, so I mean, I don't know. I don't think we're going to get much value out of this Icarus because we do not have a dark at this point. We didn't draw it last turn, and yeah, maybe we draw it next turn, but then again, of course, that's just a turn too late. So yeah, I would just set these two and pass.
Okay, I will set.
Guys, which one looks better?
Easy choice, obviously. You have Plague in your graveyard, right?
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't have Plague.
Oh, wait, I do. I just picked it up online.
Yeah, I thought you had it.
No, wait, no, I don't.
Where did what happened with the Plague?
Has this been in my hand? Cheating?
I swore you sent it at some. Wait,
I don't
where
know
did
what's
I
going
send
on
it?
here. That's pretty funny.
Because I went Armageddon Knight, Chain Torrential. No, this has been in my hand. Because I was thinking about summoning this.
Mind games, dog. Okay. Set 2 pass.
Yeah, set 2 pass is pretty good. Another Arma.
Keith, get out your graveyard. Let me see what you got.
Do they have a play where they go, I'm wondering just from the Gage side, do they have a play where they go Greffer, pitch the Plague, sand, stack for Plague, make Brio, bounce the 2 back rows, and then game? Well, not Prio actually. I don't think you need to Prio. You don't priority bounce because they will have a 20. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we're not analyzing Gage side, so I don't really think about it that deeply.
Just an Icarus attack, so those could be anything. Correct.
But since I saw the hand, it feels like it's game.
The Icarus.
Effect?
You got Plague in your grave.
I know they will have to stack one and then discard the other. So I can bounce one. I mean, is that worth? Yeah, I don't know. I don't
I'm
know.
gonna send something else. Can make Silverwind. Yeah, that's fine.
Good.
Yep. The windy guy. He's windy.
Plays better.
Okay. The bottom of that.
I'll buy you.
Okay. The silveriest.
Armor Master.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's that silver one. Yeah.
Combat.
Okay.
Let's go 200 over the token.
You're attacking my debuff.
He's scary.
So here he prisons. I need to think about this. I don't know if this is really correct because the only way he gets over your board is through this Gore's crashing here, right? Like if he goes hit here, hit here, hit here, that is here, that's 17, that's what, 800, 17, that's 25. And he got a bigger monster to your nothing next turn. While here, if you let this go, if he attempts to crash, you prison, and then next turn you beat over this, you're winning this exchange. So I think the prison here was a mistake, although, I mean, maybe I could have, maybe I'm seeing it wrong. I'm not really sure.
Yeah. 2 in hand?
Yeah, just 2. You have 1?
Yeah, I got 1 in hand.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll crash our Gores and then I'll crash our token.
Okay.
Okay.
What's your token stats actually?
It's the same as yours.
It's not, okay, yeah.
Because you attack at it, and then I attack you with it, and you got it.
Got it. Alright, and then I've already normal summoned. I will pass my turn. I'm at 1700 to your 37.
1700.
Also, when Gage says, I've already normal summoned, this is, like, I mean, I know it sounds obvious, but in competitive gameplay, it's like this is not a competitive game, of course, and both of them are giving out information they shouldn't. But I'm saying, like, just for the viewers, like in general in tournaments, like when opponents say things like this, you just put them on a monster. So, like, it's a really valuable information to say, okay, they have literally a normal summonable monster, right? Like, and people in tournaments do say this, which gives you just a huge free advantage. Now, of course, this is a friendly match, and this is different setting. But yeah, just for info.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, that comes down and that seals the deal. Okay, nice. That was a cool match, a cool game, and then game
I don't think he actually
game
looked.
3.
He went under the table.
What a
And
nice guy.
yeah, he was chill. I was like, well, you definitely could have just.
So we have Vayu Cyber Dragon, Kalut, Bora. Decent hand.
Setting a card, eh?
Pass turn.
Setting a card, eh? I'll draw.
Interesting. Yeah, it's very tricky. Okay, what I'm doing here is set value, set Icarus pass. If they MST our Icarus, and if they have a Raikou, they will pop our value probably or just beat over it. In that sense, then we have Cyber Dragon and Sirocco, so two normal, really big normal summons next turn to like punch back, right? Because you always have to think in like 2 turns, right? So this turn, what's gonna happen? Then if they have the worst case out, what will that, like, what will my board state be? And then like how am I outing with the rest of my hand this board, right? So if we go like Icarus value, if it walks, you just like pop their back rows, you just let it like chill, and you just pop their back rows. Unless they actually activate him before, then you pop a monster. But they have 3 cards on field. Even if they activate 1 or something, we still like Icarus probably just still walks, unless they have like a MST or something or a dust, which is post side. It's very possible they have dust tornadoes. Although I think committing a monster here is really not that worth, because if it's a hamster, they're mostly likely going to flip it on their turn. If it's a Raikou, they're just going to flip it on their turn. We don't need to trade into 2 back rows with our monsters, which are already, we don't have a Whirlwind. We don't have like a Stardust isolation play, like for example, Sirocco, Gale, Bora, and then Stardust, things like this, right? To play around Mirror Force. So yeah, I would just suggest value Icarus here, in just my opinion, but I could be wrong.
It's a little scary. Setting cards. What do you have cooking over there? All right, I'll special Cyber Dragon.
Yep.
I'll attack.
Yep.
Oh, of course. Vagadna. Set 2, huh? Set 2, huh?
Now, I mean, now you still have to do this. Like, even if you do Cyber Dragon, which is fine. Although I don't like trading Cyber Dragon into like a Raikou, because our Icarus is chainable and our value is worthless, basically. So if they pop our value with the Raikou after MSTing our back row, that's completely fine. And if none of that happens, we still have a Cyber Dragon for next turn when they put up a real monster. Like, Cyber Dragon threatens over Greffer, it threatens over like Arma, it threatens over other things. So yeah, I would prefer to keep it in hand. And it actually helps our Sirocco play around bottomless. So like, because if we special the Cyber Dragon, they're most likely going to bottomless there. And then any other summon is actually getting through. And if they do not bottomless, it's just infinite pressure. So we kind of mind game that in that sense. And he actually isolates our Blackwing normal summons, which is why it's really strong in the Blackwing side deck, that card.
I'm going to set 1. I'm going to set 2. I'm going to pass.
Space that thing, please.
Yeah, we just get spaced. It's okay.
That hurt. That what?
So what is that, like a Blizzard face down probably or something like that?
I don't know. Probably a Blackwing card.
From the gauge perspective, when we T-set as Blackwing players, it's 99% of the time a value. Because a Blizzard is very rare, because if you have any other Blackwing, you would actually keep it in hand to then normal summon next turn, and if it gets trapped, chain the Icarus to make sure it hits grave, right? So, like if it's a Kalut, it's very rare you go like Kalut, a Kalut Icarus face down. It's bad. You would want to like actually normal it next turn, maybe try to hit over something, and then or normal it, bait some interruption, and then Icarus, right? So, Blizzard likes to convert level 4s and level 3s, and that's why you don't really set level 4s and level 3s. You actually just summon them to bait interruption, so then you chain Icarus, is what I'm trying to say. So usually it's a value face down.
You cannot laugh at this.
I would never laugh at you. You have way more accolades than I do.
Put a normal value,
Okay.
and I'm going to attack the face down. Let me get over it. Come on.
This is a pretty good play. This is actually very correct here.
And then I will main phase 2 set a card.
That was rude, bro.
I will pass my turn. Go ahead.
That was rude. I'm just saying. Oh. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Oh wow, we get 2 really, really strong cards, 2 back rows again. It's tricky. It's tricky. Their MSD is out, so this is great for us. And I think It's tricky because if they have torrential, they could have torrential here. Reading from the value, right? Value play is usually backed by some torrential, or I mean the two backers also could be anything. Hmm. I would consider going like Whirlwind Kalut. Maybe not. Whirlwind Bora. Search something. If that passes, I'd like to special the Gale. Make a Stardust with the Cyber Dragon. It's very tricky because they are both at 8k. We have a handful of monsters, that's the thing, and we're playing into two back rows. So the reason why I'm considering Kalut is because it plays around bottomless. But I think, even if we make Stardust, we're just isolating our Black Whirlwind from destruction, but MST is out. So this is a tricky situation that we have here. Maybe the play is just swing, right? Like attack, bait one back rows. So then, like, the odds of the other back row change, right? Like, if, I don't know how to explain, like, if it's two battle traps, or if it's, like, battle trap and, if the attack goes through, then it means that, like, it's probably, like, a summon stopper or something like that, right? Or, like, a back row destruction. But if the attack doesn't go through, then, then we just have one back row to worry about. So it's tricky. I'd attack maybe and then go Whirlwind. If it goes through, probably go Whirlwind Kalut. If it doesn't go through, so if they it's tricky. Maybe go Whirlwind Bora after. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see what happens though.
Very interesting.
It's very hard to give an opinion here. Also, we have to banish, right? So that's.
Alright, you got Vi.
Yeah, I mean with the banish, it really helps that we just get rid of this Kalut because it is the worst.
You just putting little babies down over there?
I'm playing. I'm cooking.
I know. I'm just wondering what your plan is. Okay.
One card in hand, yeah. I think then just go like Cyber Dragon attack, Whirlwind, Bora, and see what happens. If the Bora gets interrupted, then the Sirocco is not getting interrupted next turn, hopefully. Which then Sirocco search Shura, special this, then we are just making level 8, plus have a Shura backup, so. That is if they bottomless our Bora. And if you play Blackwings, you always have, like, bottomless is the biggest threat.
Yeah. Okay. Battle attack.
Necroguard.
Keeping that bad boy alive. Alright, I'll just pass.
I'll draw.
I do think you have to play this Whirlwind. Because it's probably not walking, but you got one. This is something that I really emphasize a lot when talking to like newer Blackwing players, is that you have one normal summon per turn, and if you have like 3 normal summons, you cannot, just because you suspect they have bottomless, keep all the normal summons. Because even if you find Heavy Storm after 2-3 turns, you still need 3 turns to normal all of them, right? So you're actually playing in 6 turns. So if you have multiple normal summons, it doesn't mean like, oh, my normal summon is getting stopped, so I'm not going to play it. It's more like, I need to play my normal summon because if it gets interrupted this turn, next normal summon is not too late for me to take over the game. So if they bottomless here the Bora, then next turn Sirocco is going in strong. Now nothing happens, right? Now next turn, if they bottomless, they have advantage and they just have a turn tempo on you, basically.
Stand by me. I'm gonna tribute this, Caius, and then banish.
Okay.
Saturday, and attack 24.
Is that the first damage?
That is the first damage of the game.
Okay.
I will pass my turn.
Alright, I'll draw.
Bye.
Interesting.
So MST is out. Dust could be in there. Back rows could not be battle traps because he necroed. I think if he has like a deep prison, he would have probably deep prisoned. Although this is all probabilistic, right? We don't really know what's there. So I am suspecting like some kind of torrential, bottomless dust tornado, maybe even a battle trap. Who knows? So I would try to go for like Whirlwind Bora here, grab myself a Kalute or Blizzard, I mean, depending on if this walks, and then just set the Icarus and pass. Or maybe even like special the Gale in defense, half the Caius, attack with the Bora. Then if it gets deep prison, the Icarus on the Gale still pops the other 2 cards next turn. So yeah, maybe the play is actually like Whirlwind, Bora. Let's say it passes, add Blizzard. Special Gale half the Caius, attack with Bora. If they try to like prison it or something, you just okay, the Icarus will not be set, so you let it go. But then the Icarus next turn clears. And yeah, I mean, from then on, probably you go like Blizzard back to this is the turn after, but you go Blizzard to Gale, and then yeah, who knows? Search of Vayu, or I guess you can't because he only uses 1. So yeah, another reason to play 2.
Interesting. This could be interesting. All right, let's set 2 and pass.
The reason I don't like this is because you have to eventually play through back rows, and you got Bora and Sirocco. So, like, really, what sucks is if you if both of them are bottomless. But this is very unlikely.
Yep.
Just attack.
Icarus. I'll take the Caius, and I'll go with that one.
This one?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna chain DDB.
Ooh. All right, so
Yeah, and by the way, I think here you had to go for the back rows, because the whole issue with this hand is that it's very hard to play through back rows. So you take 24 to the face, but then Whirlwind Bora next turn with Gale, with the Search Kalute, with the Search Blizzard, just deals with the Caius. So you are actually dealing with Caius with your monsters, but with your targeted removal, you should be dealing with spells and traps here. Because if he doesn't have any back rows, then like his Caius is just a 24 beater.
Anything under what?
15? And we are pretty like healthy. I think yeah, we can still take 24 here and be fine.
Everything under 15, yep.
Ouch.
Ouch. Ooh, bro, you're still cooking. You got Bora Whirlwind. You're nice.
We got good stuff.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
You done?
I am. Your turn.
Okay, I'll draw. All right, so.
Yep. That's turn 1.
So Mindcon.
Yep.
Yeah, here go Whirlwind, Bora, Search Kalute.
Okay, so if I add anything with 15,
you get to keep it.
I get to, it's just on draw phase.
Yes, on draw phase.
Okay, cool. So I've gotten Gale already. Okay, let's get the. So from now on, it's just if I draw the card in draw phase. Okay, so let's get that. You got.
The reason I don't really like this is because the only searchable monster from a 13 is the Vayu, which we don't even, I think, have a second one. I don't know if he plays a second one. But I think a Kalute would be really good, because from the Kalute, then next turn you could search a Blizzard, and it's a simplified game state. So this Whirlwind, we're basically cutting a turn of advantage from Whirlwind by searching a 1300 instead of 1400. And like in the worst case, we can still protect our Bora if like something happens, right? Because let's say you attack for 17, they attack us, we do Kalute, then we attack another 17. It's pretty good for us.
3 cards? Might have to get gold.
Although, granted, with the Mindcon, this might be different, right? With the Mindcon, you maybe want the Blizzard. But I still don't think, given that he doesn't have monsters on board, it's still, I think, not worth to go for a tuner 13 instead of a 14 that can search a 13 next turn, so a Blizzard.
Again? That would be unfortunate. The Retropact Ors is still haunting me, but you have to do damage at some point. I got over here. Okay. You have no damage, right?
No damage, nope.
Battle, attack.
Yeah, I'll take 17 and then I will go to you.
Ah, that was mean.
Yeah, that is unfortunate.
That's crazy. All right.
Again, here I would really prefer it to be in defense from the gate side, because, yeah, I mean, it's just a habit, right? Like I've seen, because I've been looking at a lot of like gameplay from the World Championship of Edison and stuff, and most great players summon them in defense as a habit, and I think it's a good thing for like you, the viewers, to consider, right? there's always a chance. I mean, some people actually have been testing like enemy controller in Blackwings because it helps you OTK, like specifically when they have like two monsters, right? Like you beat over one, you tribute then your guy to take their guy, and then you attack again. And yeah, I mean, it can also put stuff to defense to get value off of Shura, so it's not impossible to see it in Blackwings, although I do agree it's very, very unlikely.
Blizzard and Mind Control. And that's your only two cards? Yep. Blizzard, Mind Control. I'll go Battle Phase.
Yep.
I'll attack over for 1,000.
Yeah. Puts me at what?
46.
Okay.
I'm going to attack you for 17.
Okay. So 29?
Yeah, 29. And then main phase 2.
I think this is pretty fair because now that we have the Blizzard, we do have a Goyo play. Although if we searched Kalut, we wouldn't have. But I think now, okay, now we are rewarded because we did search Blizzard, because they did have a Gores. But I do think, like, in general, Kalut was still better.
I will set. You do not see that. I will set 2 cards in the master.
All right, I'll
And
do
then I
it.
get to see the card. This is turn 2. Alright. Keep it. Got it.
All right. Blizzard. Blizzard first, then Whirlwind.
Do you even have do you have another value you can search with Whirlwind?
That's a great question. Wait. I don't. So it's
Okay, so
yeah,
just
Blizzard. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, Blizzard. Here we go.
So he's gonna search.
No. Charge suit.
So he's gonna search. He should search another value, if he has, and then special. He could make a level 10. He could make a Dark Hand to send the guy to grave, and then keep the Bora on board, because I think he has a Vayu and the Armed Wing and the Vayu and the Sirocco, so he could make an Armed Wing, sync it off with the Blizzard for a Dark Hand, send this guy to grave, Gores, and then attack over the token, and still keep the Bora in defense, backed up with the Prison for for next turn putting it to attack and trying to go for it. Okay, this is a camera has died.
Gotta go all in, baby. You gotta go all in. For
Okay, specialed it.
Bring back this sucker right here.
Yep.
Boom, boom. About to attack into a D prison and feel really good about it. Tap. Armed Wing.
This is what I don't like, because this loses super hard to Mirror Force. Like, this insta loses us the game, basically. However, yeah, I have peeked at the back row, so I think this is not going to get punished. I really like the Dark End play, because if the Dark End just gets summoned, right? Like, so Bottomless is already out, one is out. So if he gets summoned, we effectively annul 27 damage from the board. And then if we attack with it over the token, if there it gets Mirror Forced, we still have a Prison and a monster in defense, and they have a token in attack. So that's a lot better position to be in after Mirror Force than like here just getting Mirror Force. Although the upside here is very strong. If you can just take the Goyo, then you're basically winning the game.
Yep, I'll take 600.
Yo-yo.
Bro, this sucks. Yep, you can. Do you want him?
I do want him, yes. And then I'll set a card and I will pass.
All right.
This is great. Dust the back rows.
D prison. I probably should have set the Mind Con too, honestly, but Yo-yo was pretty good.
Set pass.
No way, dude. You have how many?
I got 2 face downs, 1 card.
No, how many life points?
Oh, I'm at 56. You're 29.
So I gotta fully commit and just attack into a Mirror Force.
I think if there was a Mirror Force, he would have probably activated it last turn. So there's definitely no Mirror Force here. And there's definitely no Bottomless here, because he would have Bottomless the Goyo. So it's just basically junk.
Which
It's
is
like
good
that the deck devs, you can see, I mean, we saw like a Dust and stuff, but it's mostly just junk. Like that deck devs, maybe a Starlight Road that was sided in. We see a return here, yes, but things like this, right? Things that don't really have a lot of value. So you can just definitely go for it. If there was real back rows last turn, he would have probably activated and probably won, because yeah, Ruxin's at 29, so yeah, if he took a Mirror Force, he would have probably been dead this turn. So yeah.
He just drew it. All right, battle. Attack. Armed Wing.
I'm gonna take the 23.
Gores.
I'm gonna use Return from a Different Dimension.
Oh, rolling up. Oh, you get the Necro Gardener back. It's so annoying.
What's
Okay.
half of 33, bro?
It's 1650, yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we're gonna summon back the Necro.
No way.
Do you
All
wanna
right.
attack it?
I got it. Oh, I can take it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'll take it. Yeah.
Like,
I don't remember like the sequence of attacks, but you don't want to do this. You don't want to take it because after, like at the end phase, everything that was summoned off for a turn gets banished. So you would basically okay, have Goyo have Necrogardna banished, and if you take it, they can technically beat over it or do something, right? And then it goes to their grave. So it puts it to play effectively if you beat over it, and it's in defense. They're not piercing it or anything. So why attack? Just like pass turn, unless it's game with the other monster, which I didn't really follow that exactly. Which monsters attacked first? If he has another more than 1650, then after the Goyo attack, then yeah, sure, you hit it. You don't even you take, yeah, and then you attack.
Do you want to kill it with this, or
No,
this
wait,
is a
yeah, I'm killing. No, yeah, let's kill it with that,
Okay.
and then I'll make you use it.
Okay, yes,
No,
I'll use
because if I take it, it doesn't actually. You just go back to your graveyard.
Yep,
It's terrible. All right, I'm gonna set 2.
Yeah, I mean, I still prefer here just passing because if you cannot kill him, then it's the same. Just pass turn and it gets banished, and it's effectively the same. There's no need to attack if the outcome is the same, because even though he doesn't have deep prison, still the outcome is the same. So why just do the extra motion? But okay,
Pass.
All right,
set 2 and pass.
go ahead, your turn.
All right, you have 1650.
Yep,
Is that top 4 gamer?
that's me.
1650. I'll turn go. Wait, here's more defense. And I'll turn go. Okay, battle armed wing.
Yeah, you got it.
GG's.
GG's.
Big game.
Yeah, so that was the game. Yeah, this video ended up being pretty long, and I hope you really enjoyed the in-depth discussion on this match. I hope, because a lot of people were asking me for like Blackwing gameplay analysis, and I think when I saw this match, I think it was a really, really good one because we had a lot of power cards. We had, as you see here, like our board is crazy. We're just completely dominating, but I think there was still some moves that could have been like some sequencing could have been more optimized. Although, of course, this is a friendly match and it's not like a tournament match, so keep that in mind, right, in the comment section and stuff when you discuss this. This is something to also keep in mind, right? So, yeah, with that being said, I really hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, shout out to Gage and to Ruxin for this awesome commentary. I really like these angles and the cameras, the way they set it up, and the vlogs that he's been doing on like American Edison tournaments. I really wish he keeps it up because I really watch all of them. And with that being said, thanks everyone for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.